guys how to properly make your bed. The first thing is the top of your mattress should be about 28 to 30 inches off the ground. So if you have a really low bed, I recommend getting bed risers, or make sure you have a box spring underneath. Then if you have like a memory foam topper or something that you want to put on top of your mattress, you can. I have a mattress pad. Then I do my fitted sheet. I love the threshold ones because they fit around the edges really nicely. And then I do my flat sheet. Now the flat sheet, I have the nice pretty side facing toward the mattress, so you see the ugly side. So if you have a pattern sheet, you would see the back of the pattern here. That way when I flip over the top of my flat sheet, I am seeing the nice side here. And for this, I have it about anywhere from 12 to 14 inches when I fold it over. And then I tuck that in. Next, I put on a down alternative comforter. Now this makes it so the bed is nice and comfy and full looking rather than like a flat straight bed. When you first get these, you might need to wiggle it out so the stuffing divides evenly. And then I just take this to the top for this bed. Now if for my children's bed, I want to put this flat sheet on top, so you see that when I flip it over, then what you're going to do is have this comforter maybe 2 inches away from the top of your flat sheet. So you're going to have your flat sheet and then do this about 2 inches, 2 to 4 inches, probably less than what you do your flat sheet. That way when you turn it over, you don't have to worry about seeing part of the ugly down alternative. Now there's down alternative, there's also down. Down's gonna have feathers. I don't like them because they stick and poke me, and I don't like that. And they are also keep you hotter, and I'm already like warm-blooded. I already get hot at night, so I don't want more of that. But that's personal preference for me. You could do either one. So I'm gonna put my bed back how I normally do it. And then I do my quilt, and I go all the way to the top with this as well. Now if I was going to flip over that flat sheet like this, again, this is probably going to be the same length as the down alternative. That way you're still seeing that flat sheet when you flip it over. So you just do it a little bit less. The reason why I like quilts is because it's nice and flat. I don't have to deal with bumps and stuff when I'm making my bed. Comforters are nice too. Duvets can sometimes get loose, and those bug me sometimes. What you don't want to do is have like a patterned bedding and then do patterned pillows, and they're touching each other. So there is no dimension or color change within your sheet set or your bedding set. So for instance, I have this quilt at the bottom of my bed. I wouldn't do this all the way to the top and then do the matching pillows without breaking that up. And I'll show you a picture of that. When putting on your comforter or your quilt, the most important part for people to see is when they first walk into the room. So I walk in from here. This is the part that I see. So it's more important that this side of my bed looks nice. I don't care as much on that side if the bedding doesn't cover perfectly. What I mean is, I don't care if my bedding is completely straight across my bed if it doesn't go all the way down on this side. And for on the side, I don't want it to drape on the ground. I have a sideboard that I want my quilt to be just right past the top of that sideboard. So you still see the pretty sideboard, but I want it to come a little bit past that. And it doesn't go as far on that side. What I could do is buy the next size up to make it so it goes more nicely over my bed. Otherwise, it's more important that this side is perfect when people come into the room rather than the side that no one else sees. Now I take another quilt and I fold it into thirds at the bottom of my bed. Now this is going to be at least a third or sometimes more of your bed to put something at the end. If I want this more poofy, what I do is I fold a down alternative with my quilt to make it bigger and more poofy and give dimension. I love putting something at the end of the bed because it kind of evens out all the pillows here, and there's a little bit something to balance it at the and with this quilt, I want it to be at the same length as this one here, so they're even. So I'm not going to have this, you know, just at the top like this. So you want to make sure that they line up right here. Next, I'm going to be putting on my bed pillows, the ones that I sleep on first. Now, I have standard pillows that I like more than king pillows. So I should buy standard pillowcases for them. But right now I have king. So what I do is I actually fold this back. That way I don't see the messiness of that. Most of the time, if your pillow fits in the pillowcase, the opening faces out. So I just put these next to each other on my bed. As you can see, I just fold this and put it here. Now I'm going to be doing Euros for the back of my bed. You want to make sure that you get down alternative pillow fillings. That way when you karate chop them, they will go into a little V at the top of the pillow. If you karate chop them and they still stay stiff, you don't want those kind of fillings. It looks more designer when you have down pillows. So for my bed, I have a king. I use 3 Euros for the back of mine. If you have a queen, you'll probably use 2 or 3, and a twin, you just use 1. So here are my 3 Euro pillows. I've not karate chopped them so you guys can see what the difference is. You want to go right in the middle, and you see how it makes that little V there. So I do that with my pillows. This bedding was all bought separately. I think I got these pillowcases from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I believe I bought these separately at Home Goods. And so I like having a bedding that flows together, but it's not bed in a bag. So it's not the matching quilt with the matching pillows and the other matching pillows that go with it and the other matching pillow that goes with it. These still all go together, but it's not so matchy-matchy. Now, the fillers in the pillows, I tried to get some at Bed Bath & Beyond, but they did not have down, and so they just had the straight square. I did go to Home Goods. They didn't have any either, but they do have a clearance section where I had got some clearance Euro pillows. I mean, they were designed and they were ugly, but I just wanted the pillow filling on the inside, so I took the pillows out of that. So that's a cheap way to get fillers for your pillows, or you can buy them on Amazon, and I'll put the link below so you guys can buy those. So now I'm using 2 standard pillows in front. They meet in the middle, and then I have these 3 pillows that I put on my bed as well. So I have a gray and I have 2 yellow ones. So I put the gray in the middle, and then I put these ones on the side, and they slightly overlap each other. So it's like kind of barely going over the other one. You don't do too much, and you also don't have them straight like this. So just barely like overlaps, and then I can karate chop it. Now, if you're including the pillows that you sleep on, I wouldn't say go more than 4 rows. So my bed pillows, I have the Euros, I have the standard, and then I have the set of 3 that I have in the front. You don't want your pillows to take over your entire bed. So if they're going to the end of your bed, then it's too much. But you can see how having my pillows and having this quilt at the bottom, how it evens out the bed. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my boys' bed a little bit differently, and also my guest room is done a little bit differently as well. Here's how I make my boys' bed, which is a little bit differently than how I do my own. You see that they have pattern sheets. I recommend doing something that is more classy, but still for kids. It doesn't have to be superheroes and princesses. You can make their room nice by having pictures on the wall, but you don't have to buy themed sheets, if that makes sense. So I put on these threshold sheets. Like I said, they're my favorite. I'll show you why. Next I do the flat sheet, and these are patterns, so you can actually see this is the ugly side here, and then we have the nice side. So the nice side I face toward the mattress, and I'm gonna go not only to the top, but a little bit past the top too. Maybe by like an inch or 2. Okay. So after I have it at the top, what I do is I take it at the bottom and I pull it until this is completely straight. So I know I'm going to have excess here at the bottom, and I take that and I fold it under the mattress. Okay. I'm not going to tuck the sides in yet. The next thing I'm going to do is take the down alternative, and I'm going to put this in the bed. These ones came from IKEA, just so you know. So you could buy some cheap alternative comforters there, but you have to wiggle them out a little bit more. So with this, I won't go all the way to the top. What I'm going to do is go maybe 3 inches from the top, 2 or 3 inches. That way when I fold over that flat sheet, I'm not seeing any part of this down alternative. And then I pull from the bottom and make it straight. Next I have these gray that I will put on their bed. Let's see. And I put it in line with the down comforter. Again, that way when I fold it over, you just see the flat sheet. I'm going to tuck in the quilt under the mattress. They have these storage beds, if you guys can see. So I don't want to cover up the storage part because that's the cute part. If it was their other beds, like mine where it has just a sideboard, again, you're just going barely above the top of that sideboard. I'm not going to tuck it in on the side yet because I want to fold this flat sheet over. So I'm going to take the flat sheet and then I kind of use my arm and then flip it over. Now I could take the excess bedding on the side and fold it underneath the mattress. Now I have their bed pillows here. This goes straight in the back. Now, one thing I forgot to mention with my bed that you don't want to do that I see is people angle their pillows like sideways like that. They should be straight up and down. If I have tags like this, either cut them off or fold it underneath so you don't see the tag. And then I karate chop in the middle. Then I have a smaller pillow that I put in front. Now if you had a standard pillow or a lumbar pillow that you want to put in the front, you can do that too. This is how I make my boys' beds. I'll show you guys how I make my guest bedroom. Guest bedroom, it's similar to my bed as I have a mattress pad, but then I put, I think it is, I don't know if it's a memory foam topper on top. It's really comfortable. I do the fitted sheet and I do a flat sheet. I have the quilt, which goes all the way back, just like I do with mine. This, I have my sleeping pillows in the back. I have 2 Euro pillows, and then I have one long pillow that goes in front of those, and then 2 square pillows that I put here. And again, these are down. It looks a lot better than if you have straight square pillows. And you don't put your pillows, you know, like this. They slightly overlap one another, like that. I have a quilt at the bottom of my bed just like I did with mine. And then I have this pink throw that ties in with the pink of this pillow that ties the whole room together, because not only is this a guest bedroom, but it's also my daughter's nursery. So it ties everything together. And you can see that there's a classy way of doing things. I don't have princess themed sheets and princess theme all over my bedroom and things all over the walls. It's best to keep them clean and buy bigger pieces of artwork rather than little things all over the place. I'm talking about beds, what am I doing? This is how I decorate my guest bedroom. So you could see the difference in how I decorate each of these beds. They still have no more than 4 rows, and that is including the sleeping pillows. You could also put your sleeping pillows flat and stack 2 on top of each other on both sides, and then put some pillows in the front of that. That's another option. But here is an example of how to make a bed.